Loki season 1 and season 2 have been consistent in terms of cinematography, and it's clear in this particular episode that they went all out. I don't mean all out crazy, but they just had the guts to actually take it somewhere that I didn't think that they were going to take it. Let me be honest, I still don't understand the time. I don't understand where we are actually in terms of all the timelines that Loki is holding. Are they universes? Are we where? Because I don't see any planets. I'm sorry, I don't understand it. I don't understand the concept of time according to Loki. But I get the idea. I get the story. I love the fact that they were able to take the finale to somewhere that I didn't think that they were going to take it. I didn't think that he would go back up to the point that he went back to. I didn't think that He Who Remains would have that kind of a conversation with Loki, because He Who Remains knows that Loki has been doing whatever he was doing for a very long time. So he understands that there was something that was happening even when Loki was repeating whatever he was repeating. If you've seen the show, you understand what I'm talking about. But I'm glad that they were able to give us that with the He Who Remains, and now we get to see a sense of what exactly He Who Remains was doing and what he was up to during his stay and why he needed to be there. Yes, it was explained in the first season, but this time I got a better understanding of what was actually happening. Now, this show broken into two halves. I think it's broken into two halves. The first half is they go back, try to do, doesn't work, go back, try to do it again, do it faster, do it again, do it faster. That section was like the first half. Then the second half is more of realizing that that's not working. Let's try to find another solution. The thing that I didn't expect them to take the ending to where they took it, because I thought one particular character would end up being the one who remains, but they did something. They subverted my expectations. Let me just put it this way, that way. The idea that Loki is the one now who goes and just, the original plan doesn't work, and so Loki has to go in and now and try to just bring order into everything, just blew my mind. The idea that they tapped into now Loki being the Loki that you're familiar with, and then putting him on the seat and putting him in charge of time. That was a pretty interesting concept, but I have more questions than answers. I'm sorry, I just didn't understand what now that means. Is He Who Remains gone? Because if you were to look at this would be one of the best way to get rid of Jonathan Majors without getting rid of Jonathan Majors. It's a very safe way of doing it, because we can easily come back with another Marvel movie and reintroduce Kang, because the idea of Kang has already been established. But with the way that they ended this particular season, it means that He Who Remains doesn't actually exist within that time frame. And He Who Remains is not now an important part of this particular universe or this particular timeline that they've created. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a part, it's going to affect all the upcoming Marvel projects, because, man, there's just so much within Loki that if it was to branch out into or affect all the other shows, it will just be convoluted. Let me just put it that way. It still doesn't feel like they have a singular timeline. Or there's a possibility that this particular Loki show is meant to tell us as Marvel fans that now the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been opened. You can have very many different productions as possible, because the timelines have not been set free. Because initially, when you think of the first phases of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they were following a single direction. Thanos. There was that singular approach to what we were doing. But now, since Loki realized that thing that was holding everything together cannot hold everything together right now, which for me it was more of Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige cannot hold things together anymore. So now it just opens up into all these other things. And so in the future we may get all these variants. We may end up following all these other universes from. I think it's a great opportunity to introduce the Fantastic Four from Fox, to introduce the X-Men that we were familiar with, to introduce Daredevil, the Ben Affleck's Daredevil, Deadpool. If they decide to follow through with this particular show, I think it's a great opportunity to actually expand the universe. But generally, it's a very good episode. It's a very well shot episode. It looks fantastic. The performances are awesome. I don't know how they were able to redo, because it seems there was this part that they kept on redoing stuff, and every time they were redoing something, it felt different. So it's pretty impressive how they were able to go back to the same scene and redo everything. I don't know how they were able to do that, because it would require them to either have shot all those shots together at the same time, and it would have meant that the directors and the producers would have had to actually think about every single possible way that they were going to approach it. So yeah, that's Loki season 2. It's a very good ending, it's a very good finale, and perhaps this is one of my favorite shows so far when it comes to the Marvel Disney Plus shows. This is my favorite because of the cinematography, because of the complexity, because it doesn't really try to hold your hand. It literally just tells you this is how we are going. They make sure that you understand what's happening, but you don't fully grasp the weight of actually what is happening. Because if you are to still ask me about the timeline, I wouldn't explain. If you are to ask me to explain what Loki was doing with all those timelines, I wouldn't explain it to you. The other thing is, if you ask me why Loki was smiling at the end of it all, yeah, I get the idea that now he's more of a king, he's more of the ruler of all the timelines, and you get the feeling that there's a possibility that Loki got what he wanted. Yeah, because Loki has always wanted to do what? To be the most powerful, to be in control, to be the king, to be the one who's on top of everything. And now he's holding all these timelines, and then he gives that small smile, and I go like, is it possible that this is exactly what Loki wanted? Wouldn't it be cool if from the beginning this was Loki's plan? Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching Loki season 2. If I was to give it out of 5, I would give this a 4.5 out of 5. It's pretty good. All the episodes are on point. They are very, very lean, they're very well structured, they're compact, they feel impactful, and the pacing is so good. From Obi to Mobius to Sylvie to Loki himself, everything just felt a bit more compact and focused with this particular season. So basically that's it. Thanks for watching. Remember to always watch what you enjoy and enjoy what you watch. Please subscribe, join the family, and I shall see you on the next one. By the next one, I mean the Marvels review, coming soon.